Today I'm going to be talking to you about something that's so important. This is like critical important in any type of high ticket sales. And it's one of the best favorite subjects I love to teach. I love to teach lead generation. You have to keep things flowing in. You have to keep these leads coming in and closing them down. You have to keep leads flowing in and closing them down. ABC, just like you remember in the movies, always be closing. Now, you cannot close deals if you don't have new leads flowing in. So I see a lot of people, they get in, they work a lead, they stop bringing in leads. So they may have someone looking for a property, or if you're selling yachts, or if you're selling, cars are maybe expensive, or just cars in general, any kind of high ticket sales where you have to cultivate that lead. That's the difference between like a low ticket, just like something that costs maybe 20, 50 bucks, an easy sale. Now that's an impulse buy. You don't need a lot of thought about that. Somebody wants to buy a shirt, someone wants to buy, maybe something simple, a little holder for your phone or something. That's an impulse buy. It's much, much different. You have to be tactical when you're talking about high ticket sales, okay? And that's what we're going to be talking about today. High ticket sales. Bringing these leads in, continuously getting them, and there's no almost about it. We're going to be creating a system that generates leads even when you sleep. So if you're interested in this, you're in the right place. You're in the right place. If you think about getting into real estate training, or any kind of high ticket sales, that's what I do here at HP Agents, is continuously train people to make six-figure income or more. I mean, the sky is the limit. I mean, I retired at 40. And you could do the same thing. Hell, I'm not any different or any better than you. You're probably a lot better than me. I come from Section 8, food stamps, no father. Mom was there when she can. I love her to death, but she left me there at the house when I was 4 or 5 years old. You say, hey, you got to do your own. I learned how to cook my own food when I was 4 or 5 years old with a little stool like this. I just stand on it, cook my food. So, yeah, let's get this party rolling. Let's see here. So, HP Agents, this is my first screen here. HP Agents, a little company I developed a few years ago, high-powered agent. That's what I'm here to do. I'm training new agents, people that want to get started in real estate, or, this is really focused on real estate, HP Agents, but I do mentor other high-ticket sales agents, so anything like that. Anyways. So if you're interested in becoming an agent, you're at the right place. Let's get going. Lead Generation Mastery Course. Let's get this thing, let's get it going. Let me move over to the next screen. Here we go here. And all right, so our big idea, our goal is for our students to generate leads consistently using automation, strategy, and technique. Not like bugging someone all the time, like, hey, I'm selling a house. I hate when I see something on Facebook or Instagram. Hey, I'm selling real estate now. Anybody want to buy a house? Okay. Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, maybe. But why should they even give you the time? Why should they have confidence in you to facilitate that transaction? It's not like they're buying a cup of coffee here. They're buying something expensive. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to make you the go-to person. We need to show them that you bring value, that you're actually going to solve a problem for them. So the problem is that they want to buy a house and they don't really know how to get started most of the time. They don't know what the system is, what they need. And what you're going to do is you're going to show them, you're going to guide them. You're going to say, hey, I know how to do this process. Have confidence in me. I'm going to save you time. I'm going to save you heartache. And I'm going to save you money. Really, it comes down to it. I'm going to save you a lot of things. So let's move on to the next screen here. Why are leads so important? And that goes for any type of field, okay? Why are leads so important? I know I hear a couple of people thinking, well, I get a couple of leads and that's fine. That's all I need. And then how will I be able to handle it? I can't handle that much business. I really don't want to make that much money as a six-figure income. 6-7-figure income. Some people are comfortable where they're at, and if you are, that's fine. This is not the class for you. This is going to be for someone that is a go-getter. That's someone that wants more out of life, that wants that freedom, that financial freedom. And I experience it. It's so fantastic. Now, I'm going to tell you that money's not going to bring you happiness. but it will bring you some happy times, if that makes any sense, So, don't get it confused now that, oh, money is going to bring me, complete, utter, eternal happiness. No, only Jesus can do that. Or, spiritual kind of guidance. Whatever your religion is, that's where you look for eternal happiness. But what this will bring you is some moments of happiness, some vacations, some time to see who you are, see what you want to do. Who are you? Not just, life is not about going to work at 9 o'clock in the morning, fighting traffic, being there for 8 to 10 hours, coming back home, putting the kids to bed, getting up and doing it again. It's not about that. And a lot of people are falling into that rat race of life. So along with this training that I offer here, and I charge like thousands of dollars. It's only $247 now. And it's right online. And if you don't like it, just send me a text. It can send the money back in really minutes or seconds. You don't like it? Boom, money back. Got Zelle, PayPal, all that stuff, refund. It's so easy nowadays. So now leads are important all the time. You got to keep them going in because it's a numbers game. We're going to talk about the numbers and how to analyze the numbers and to manipulate the numbers in your favor. Let's get going. And we're going to get this next slide. So lead generation categories, whatever the case may be, there's a couple of different, I've categorized these into a few. So referrals, social media, old-fashioned mail, events, and cold call. So the first one, referrals, are like the strongest one. So 55% of your business in real estate and high-ticket sales will come from referral. So we're going to talk about that, how to get more referrals from the word of mouth in this course. And this is going to just generate you referrals after referrals. Now, referrals from a person or from a family member or word of mouth are so important because they're so strong. They hold so much weight. They have so much weight. When somebody refers you someone, they trust you. And now versus social media. Okay, so social media, they don't know you. They may have seen a couple of posts you had. They seen you had, maybe you sent them a direct mail, DM through Instagram. You got a couple of things going, but they really don't have any confidence in you. They don't have much loyalty. I think that's the word I'm looking for. They don't have a lot of loyalty in you. So they're easy to jump ship and skip you out of the commission because they don't have any loyalty to you. Okay? And then of course there's mail. This is the old-fashioned snail mail, United States postal mail. Now it's not to be, just because it has a 10% return, these are estimated numbers. It has a 10% return, but the thing is that we can send out thousands. So let's say, for instance, we send out 3,000 pieces of mail, and we get 300 leads, and we'll talk about the conversion rate. And as soon as we're getting there, 300, then we get those. We get in contact with about 10%, 30% of 30 of those, and then a percentage of those close, and then that gives us a sale, gives a little return. So all these things matter. So this is a part of lead generation, is to keep these things flowing in. Don't just go and focus on one thing and then you don't focus on these other things. You see, that's what I see a lot happening. Is they'll go on social media, do this, get a couple of leads, stop doing it, sales, and they'll stop leads. They won't do any kind of lead generation plans. They'll come over here to do some mails, get some leads, and then stop and then handle. And it's just like a rat race, and that's what we don't want. We want to get out of that rat race. We want to have this system in place that we have at HP Agents that allows them to make these leads come in all the time. We use systems to come in, and you handle them. You put them in. You put the client in the CRM, which we're going to talk about, client relation management tool, and then let the system work for you. So you don't have to work. You have some freedom. So you'll see it's pretty awesome, our system, because it sends out emails, text messages, little like voicemails for you. Very, very cool stuff. Top of the line technology. And of course, almost skipped over a couple of things. Events are some cool things that you want to go to networking events. You always want to be expanding your sphere of influence. You want to actually shake hands with people, especially when you want to get into like a higher price ticket item. So if you want to go from $300,000 to $500,000 to $1 million to a few $1,000,000 in real estate, selling those type of homes and commercial properties, then you have to get outside of of where you're at. That happened to me when I first started. The people that I knew, and I love them to death. I love all my folks that I come up with. But remember, I come from a very, very poor upbringing. Very poor upbringing. I mean, Section 8 and food stamps and being around drug dealers and all kinds of hustlers. So yeah, they're not buying $300,000, $500,000, $1 million houses. So what did I have to do? I had to, I loved them, but I was like, I had to cut them off, and I had to start going to places where people are, where I can get to know them. And so we're going to be talking about expanding your horizons, getting out and meeting people and where you should be meeting them. This is so important. Now, I've seen that, that takes some time. It does take time to cultivate those leads. But, hey, it's very, very strong when you do. So you get out, let's say you meet out a few people, 3 people, you just continuously go to these events. And of course, you start meeting people, they start referring you. It's just a landslide after that. I really love it how my life came together. It really worked out well. But getting outside that comfort zone. Yeah, I love hanging around my friends that I know and I've been growing up with. Yeah, I love hanging around them. But they were not referring me business where I can make, $15,000 to $30,000 on a commission check. They're not doing that. They're referring people I was making $3,000, $6,000. It's fine. I love that. But, it doesn't really give me that financial freedom. So then, of course, we're going to be moving over to cold calling. And that's just one of I love cold calling. I actually call it warm calling. Because the way our system is set up is that we track people, what they're doing on our website. We put them in our system. The system alerts me, hey, this guy's looking at this property. You need to give him a call ASAP within the next 5-15 minutes. We call them. And it's kind of warm because I know what they're looking. Hey, I can say, hey, this is an example. Hey, Cheryl, this is Alan over here at the Heights, and you checked us out over there on the 321 Main Street, that 3-bedroom, 2-bath. See what you thought about it. Oh yeah, just take a look at it, Alan. Yeah, I like that house. You know what, Cheryl? There's another one. You know what? There's another one coming on the market that I think you may like. Let me see if it's available. If it is, do you want to go take a look maybe tomorrow around 3 o'clock? No, but how about 1? Oh, okay. If that doesn't work, we'll come out Saturday. I'll give you a call Saturday, come by and pick you up. You see, we're going. This is a part of marketing. It's a part of closing these high ticket sales. Let's see if I have any questions. I always forget to do that. Chat. Got a couple of different things going on here. If you have any questions about lead generation, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Let's take a look here. I'm going to move this guy here. Hopefully I don't close the screen like I did yesterday. Let's take a look. All right, here we go. Okay, so now we're going to move on to, we got our lead generation categories. Understanding the numbers, the conversion rate. This is one of the most important. No, it's one of the most important. It's right at the top. Understanding the numbers, the conversion rate. Let's say, for instance, we're going to put a little easy example out there for you, okay? Understanding the numbers is super important so you can see, well, we're going to talk about it. So let's go for one. Let's say you run an ad on Facebook, the web lab, you got a little web lead, you got an ad, you got 1,000 clicks, you got 1,000 people to come to your page, checked out what you have to say. And then you know what? They're like, you know what? You need some more information about that property or whatever you're selling. If 50 of those people out of 1,000 say, yeah, you know what? I want some more information. Sign me up. I want to take a look at that. But then out of those 50 people, you're not going to make contact with all of them. Some people will be busy. Some people will forget. Some people will just be like, not really interested anymore. And that's just the way life is when you're dealing. So we get 50 of those. Let's say 10 of those you actually make contact with. You see? So you got 10 of those, that's 10 out of 50. So that's 20% right there. Then you say you make contact with them, you got to get a little rapport, you put them in the system, but 2 out of those 10 will actually want to do business with you. They're like, hey, you know what I'll do? Let's set an appointment. I want to come in. I want to take a look at that yacht. I want to take a look at that car. I want to take a look at that property. Whatever high ticket item is, you're just converting. And we're going to be talking about what those numbers mean in a second. And so now you say, okay, now I got 2 that want to do business with me. Now 1 is the one you actually close. You see there? So it just keeps getting narrow. You're narrowing. You just keep funneling. We have to understand ratios. We have to understand percentages. We're going to talk about that in a second. Let's get there now. See if I can move this. So hopefully if you have any questions, let me know. See here. Oh, got a little video here, huh? Referrals. They're the king of the crop when it comes to high ticket sales. You must have referrals coming in all the time. Thank you, Mr. Video Man. And if we can get you to, okay, there we go. Okay, so referrals versus web leads. So I talked about that a little bit, but referrals, they're about 20 times stronger. They're about 20 times stronger. I mean, write that down. If someone refers you, you get 20 times the amount of closing power. What does that mean, actually? That means for every 20 leads that you get off the web, that's how many leads you would need to close one versus, a referral. Okay, so if you got 5 referrals from friends, then you probably close 4 of them. Now, if you got 80 web leads, you would probably close 4 of them. You see how many? 1 out of 20, the ratios. You have to understand the phone. You have to understand your conversion rate. So there's a lot of different conversion rates that we're going to talk about in the class at HP Agents. But I just wanted to give you what's the difference between web leads and referrals? Web leads don't give a damn about you. They do not care about you. Well, referrals are strong. I mean, that's what you want. So we have to mesmerize the mindsets of our sphere of influence. Sphere of influence is the people that we come in contact with all the time. Okay, so understanding the numbers, getting back to our example, 1,000 clicks, 25 sign up, 7 you make contact with, 2 you make appointments, and 1 you close. Okay, so the conversion rate goes from 3% that's 25 from 1,000, you got 3% there, and then it goes down further. Okay, how about out of that 25, then you got about 25%, 28% that you actually make contact with. You see that signed up. Now we have to go down further. Okay, so you then say, okay, out of those 7 people that you made contact with, not the 1,000, not the 25, but from that, 2 of those you made appointments. Okay, so that's 29%. So you're at 7. That's 2 out of 7. Now, you see what I'm, 2 out of 7, you're 29%. The conversion rate from their point, that point, that point, that point, because we're going to be funneling them. We're bringing them through a system. Okay? So now, out of those 2 that make appointments, you get 1 closing, 50%. So you got a 50% closing ratio from people that make appointments. And that's usually a good estimate. Now, so you're going to say, okay, I got 1,000 clicks. Now, this is just an estimate, but let's say 1,000 clicks, you run a good Facebook ad, you get a good YouTube ad, whatever the case may be, it costs you maybe, let's just say, I don't know, $800. Well, that $800 with the average sales, I'm just going over Texas and Houston, is about close to $315,000, brings you a 3% commission of about $9,000. $9,000 will get you 1 closing if it's equivalent to 1,000 clicks. This is just rough numbers now. Your conversion rate may be higher, it may be lower. It depends what kind of techniques you're doing. You see, and if you're giving good value, and that's what we teach at this course, is about giving good value. Becoming the guru of whatever you sell. I want you to be the go-to person for whatever you sell. And that's how you make the money. That's how you keep on coming up, is giving value. Okay. Why are web leads so hard to close? I think we talked about it a little bit, because they have no loyalty whatsoever. They have no loyalty whatsoever when it comes to web leads. So what we have to do, so they'd rather give their cousin who just got a real estate license, their aunt, their mom, whatever the case be, is give them that commission, trust in them that they're going to get the job done right, then give you the commission. But they can be won over. And that's coming soon in the class. But basically, we're going to be showing them consistently that we're going to be giving them value time and time again. And we're going to be saving them heartache, headache, and most of all, we're gonna save them tons of money. Like one of my biggest sales, I saved that client $52,000, and that was about 10%. It was listed for $550, and I got it for less than $500,000, right on 21st Street in the Heights. So it was one of my great sales. One great lady too, great lady. But anywho, okay, let's get going. Move on to the next slide. Winning over web leads, and I touched on this a second ago, but we must show them that we can solve their problem. Okay, so I'm in real estate, but it's a high ticket sales is what I train. If you have something that needs a high ticket, complicated sale, that means not an impulse sale. Like if you just need to buy this charger, then it's $10. No biggie, impulse sale. But if you need to think about it, you need to make something $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 sale. That's where it comes in. We have to be strategic. We have to be strategic. We must show them that we can save them time. We can save them a headache, heartache, and money. Okay? Must show them that we're the go-to provider. And of course, we must, by all means, show that we have integrity. We're honest. We're good people. And I don't even get them to sign a contract when I'm looking for a house. I just do a great job. I go above and beyond. What do you need done? Let's get this done. Define their needs. Set them up with searches. Doing analysis. Maybe showing them areas that they're not even familiar with. They're like, oh my God, I didn't even know this existed. I had some people from wanting to live in the Heights, wanted a house with property, but that's very expensive there. So I brought them over to Edo, in Greater Edo. Bought them it's the same. They're like, oh my God, I didn't even know this exists. So it just goes above and beyond. If they ask you for something, don't sell them, hey, oh yeah, you can go to this X and X company and get that done. No, they say, oh, you know what? Hold on one second. Let me go get it for you. Oh, check this out. I just got this. I went over to get it for you. Here you go. Here goes the report you needed. Maybe not even have to do with real estate. Maybe have to do with something else. Or whatever. It doesn't have to do. They're thinking about selling yachts, and they're like, hey, what can I take my training course even to get licensed? Hold on one second. Oh, I'm gonna have my friend call you. John will give you a call. He has a captain's license. He's teaching people. You see, going above and beyond. Don't just send them that direction. Oh, here goes it. Yeah, here you go. Call them. No. You're a service provider. Go above and beyond. Go above and beyond, and that's where you're like, oh wow. And then subliminally, whenever you give them something, it's psychological. They want to give you something in return. That's why sometimes when you go into a car dealership, they'll give you a lollipop, they'll give you some candy, a bucket, a box of candy, they'll give you a pen, they'll give you whatever. Why? It's psychologically. It's psychological. Once you give them something, they want to give you something in return. They want to help you. So, that's what we talk about here at HP Agents, is going through the stages, using psychology, being strategic, having some plans in place, and using automation to bring those leads and keeping those leads in to keep closing. ABC, always be closing. And that's what we have to do to generate a six-figure income. You can't just get a lead, work on that lead, get that money, and then try to do some more lead generation, work that one, and then come back. No. Let's keep the leads flowing. Then close it using systems. Let the system work for you. Call, text, email. Let it all do for you. We'll set up the system, set up our foundation, and then let it flow. I know I get excited, but hey, I get really excited when I talk about something I'm so passionate about. Okay, so now we know the numbers. Now what? What do we do? Now we say, okay, well, we're just going off of one little example. There's a lot of little examples, but we're going off, okay, Alan, I need 1,000 clicks. I've been having a conversion rate, 1 out of 1,000 on the web leads that are actually closing. So what do I do with this data? Well, why don't we do this? Now that you know 1,000 clicks on ratio will give you one closing. Remember we said 1,000 will give us 50 leads. 50 leads will give us 50 leads that sign up. Then you make 10 of those will make contact. And then out of 10 of those, 2 of those will make an appointment, and 2 of those will make one closing. So it just goes funnel. You see, we make money. So now we say, okay, well, how much of that 1,000 clicks cost you? $800. Okay, well, let's do a couple of things. And number one, let's double that 800. Let's just do a $1,600 plan. We'll say that $1,600. That should give you 2 closings, $9,000 times 2, 3% commission, because we're only advertising properties that generate us, high ticket commissions, at least 5 figures. So $9,000, $10,000. So you spend $1,600 that generates you $918, almost $20,000. That's a huge return. It's huge. So you keep doing that, and that's a part. You got to spend that money to make money. Part of advertising is your open sign. Just like you buy an open sign when you own a store. I owned a store on Fondren, and we have to have that open sign. I have to have all marquees and stuff going. That's a part of marketing. I spend $4,000 a month in the magazines because I have to have my leads coming in, because it doesn't make sense if you have a nice, pretty website, you got a nice, pretty real estate license, you got nice, pretty yachts and boats, but nobody knows you exist. No one knows you exist. And it's like, how can we sell? You have to get out there and you got to spend that money a little bit. You're going to have to be a little bit creative. We work with you here at HP Agents to get you going, figure out a marketing plan so that you can make money using automation and to keep it flowing, okay? And improve, that's a second thing. We're going to be improving conversion. Remember, we're at 1 out of 1,000. Now, this is just examples. We're just talking. But what if we can improve our conversion rate to 2 out of 1,000? Oh my God, that's where the money starts really flowing. And it's possible if we have to figure out and talk with the clients that didn't like what we were doing. They didn't like something we lost one. Why? Didn't like what we're doing. Talk with them. We're going to talk with them. Say, what can I have done better to help you? Maybe she said, no, I just didn't feel like buying, or, I just worked with my cousin. Okay, no problem. How can I make it better? What can I have given that client to, we talk about improving the conversion rate so that we can maximize profits from our advertising dollars. Now, this is the big benefit. This is just a bonus I'm throwing in the class for the next 4 people. I already sold 1 this morning. So the next 4 people, I'm going to be giving another class about farming the remaining leads for the future. Remember, we had 50 that signed up. Remember? Those 50 that signed up, we only made contact with 10, and then 7 or 2 made appointments, and then we got 1 closing from them. I know I'm speaking for. I have this presentation. I'll go ahead and upload it somewhere so you can download it. So those 50 people that signed up, and those 1,000, and we're going to be using Pixel and Google remarketing to keep on marketing those people that had interest, because we had 1,000 clicks, but we also had another section, a section of those 50 people that actually signed up, and we have 2 different plans that we have to attack or strategize to assign to those clients. Cannot be forgotten. That's what people forget, is about the people that had interest. We have to use our remarketing through Google and Facebook. There's a lot of little techniques we talk about in a bonus class that I'm throwing in for free. If you take it, it was $1,200 this class. I used to sell it for $5,000. Now it was $1,200 because I had so much demand for it. Now it's only $247 for the next 4 people. So you can't lose really. Plus I'm licensed to train people. That's my broker's license there, 054-9644. You can email me at broker@HPAgents.com, or just give me a call. I'm just a call away. I'm just a text message away. I love to help people. As you can see, I'm very passionate about high ticket sales. I want to help people. I'm always talking about using technology, becoming better. I'm a stoic in philosophy, which also means that I use positive mindset to manipulate your mindset, to manipulate your world that you see every day. So there's a lot of benefits here that are working with me here at HP Agents and our team. If you have any questions, I love to hear them. Send them in the chat. Send me a text, smoke signal, whatever you got to do. Swipe up, swipe left, but get to the link below. Sign up now. 4 classes, 4 spaces left. It's only 1 of me, and I talk to each student individually. So yeah, there's only 1 of me, and I talk to each one individually to get your plan of attack going, getting you strategized. So you really, if you're interested, click the link below. I'll talk to you soon. God bless. And how do I stop this? Here we go.